Mr. Shinholser.
Thank you so much. I'm John Shinholser. I'm the Advocacy Director for American Veterans for Kratom Safe. And I'm glad you got to me because I drove up from Virginia to give testimony, so that was good.
Welcome.
You know, I spent 4 years in the Marine Corps, 4 years in the infantry. I deployed 3 times. I was a paint contractor for 30 years, wallpaper hanger. I spent the last 20 years I'm a founder, me and my wife, of a nonprofit recovery center in Virginia. It's a national model. You can Google it. You'll see all the wonderful work we've done. I've dealt with thousands of addicts and alcoholics. I found recovery in 1982. I just celebrated 43 years clean and sober. So, you know, and I've worked my recovery every day. When I ran across Kratom in our recovery center, I really saw it as a benefit and a plus for the people because they were using it as a tool, a harm reduction tool and a pivot tool. Anytime you can pivot from a one pill kills to a manufactured product that uses the FDA regulatory guidelines, to me that's a win. And then a couple years ago, Johns Hopkins, they're doing a clinical trial right now. I'm 67, so because of my chronic pain and all the other physical conditions I have, I'm the only 1 out of 10 people in my family that doesn't have joint replacements, multiple ones. So I participated in that clinical trial using Kratom. I took a gram 4 times a day for 9 months. It solved my pain problems and it did give me a boost in energy. I'm one of those Energizer bunnies when you see me go at it in the yard. And then I went, overnight detox, no problems, none of the things I see associated with it. But what I've come to conclude, addiction's a mental illness. I got a mental illness. I get that. I treat the illness and the substances go away. And I realize that there's a group of Americans that they use Kratom for appropriate reasons. That's their pain medication. Millions of Americans, they don't abuse it. They use it as directed. They don't have a problem. And then there's a class of addiction folks that they use it and they get addicted to it and they abuse it. Only 3%, very small profile. So I want to be able to travel in my retirement and go state to state, and if I want to take Kratom, I want to be able to have access to it and not be criminalized. I don't think I should be a felon for using a plant product, and I don't think we should let a population that knowingly and willingly abuses the product against their detriment, start making decisions based on them. But what we really need is the regulations. We've got 18 states, I think, have regulated. Virginia, we regulated it. Regulated states don't have a problem you got here. You got a lot of terrible products out there. And I'm not going to call names, but I saw one up in here today. Proper regulation solves all the problems that we're having with Kratom right now. And a lot of these products aren't even Kratom. They're engineered chemical products. So, I know y'all going to do the right thing. And anyway, time's up. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you for sharing your perspective. Any questions from the committee?